Pete, I'm not going to patronise these people. I'm not going to patronise you. I'm not going to patronise Liverpool. If you rank Liverpool's games from 1 to 38, hardest to easiest, number 38 is Southampton at home. Let's be crystal clear. So it becomes, I think, a matter of this manager looking at what happened on Wednesday, working out who needs a rest, who needs rhythm, who needs an opportunity. How am I going to build this? Because ultimately, with that squad of players that he's got, within reason, almost any 11 of them at Anfield should be winning this game against this Southampton side at the moment.
Yeah, totally agree. But before the PSG game, I'm like, let's not get too complacent with this because you just don't want any stupid results. I didn't even want to draw.
No, 100%.
And then I watched that game last night or enjoyed that game, and I was like, let's rest them all.
But I don't know if people even need rest. They've had a week's rest leading in, you know. That to me, that's the question. And they might all need different things, and that's what he's got to work out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's some players that need rhythm. I think Curtis Jones could do with an hour. I wouldn't even give him more than an hour. I think Harvey Elliott definitely deserves a league game. And if he can't get in this game, then when are you playing him? So I think he definitely
I think Sabozlai could do with the rest.
Yeah,
because of all the hard work.
And Gravenberch as well. Definitely needs the rest. He looked a bit off it the last few weeks. We're not saying he's like being poor performer or anything like that. We just looked a bit jaded as the game's going on. Like giving that ball out last night, it was just a bit like that's not normally him.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely about managing minutes, and it's like one of them, isn't it? And I think Arne Slot's been brilliant at this. Is that you go into a game where one of the worst sides in Premier League history, they've only got 9 points. I don't know what the record is, but
11.
Is it 11? Who is it? Derby or something? Derby. And you sort of like, you want goals. No, you just want 3 points. That's it. So it's like goals are sounds, but 3 points is all that I need.
Yeah, I have a little thing that if they weren't playing PSG on Tuesday, Salah might try and score 9 in this. That might be his outlook, Mick, but I expect Salah will start, but I suspect he might not get the full 90. There'll be a few. I think that's the balance he's got to try and strike here. I'd like to see Elliott start. I'd probably would look to give Nunez, but if I'm saying give Nunez, I might be saying we'll give him an hour, but he can't sub them all. So he's got some hard choices to make, is what I'm saying. It's not complacent to say this is a game Liverpool should win.
Yeah, and you've got to factor in that, like, we can go 16 clear. Obviously, Arsenal go to Old Trafford, don't they, on the Sunday? So that's making sure you go. I would go full strength again, just to make sure that we get that 16 points clear. And then the psychological nature of it going into Arsenal's game. It's like that, and like we hit 70 points, they're back on 54.
54.
It seems like
not many points. That is it.
It's worlds. It feels worlds apart.
Because 70 is loads.
70 is fucking loads, and 54 is not that many, is it? Really?
No.
So.
If you got 70 in an essay, you'd be like, boom, get on me. If you got 54,
that's
you'd be like,
it's a fairly broke 50%.
54, you'd be like, 20 to fucking pull me socks up here.
But yeah, I saw a few people saying, like, would you throw Quanston in? I'm like, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. It's not worth, like, the first 10 minutes, if, like, he's done better since, like, the Ipswich, obviously, the getting subbed at half-time and all that. He's gotten better, and I think Slot referenced that as well in his press comments, that he's been better over the last few weeks. But it's not worth taking a risk in a game like this. You said, Neil, it's the easiest game on paper by far, but you can't take any risks at this stage of the season. 10 left. You need the 3 points on the board.
I think I'd be amazed if he doesn't start the goalkeeper and the two centre-backs.
I mean, he might need the biggest rest.
Yeah.
Alisson.
He's fucked up last night.
He's not used to it.
Loads of jumping round. How do all the keepers do it? He says.
New respect for Pickford.
John, I think with them, I think you end up with a little bit of a mix and match, and then I think you probably start Trent. You don't start Quansah because you're going to bring Quansah on for Trent. At some point, you maybe start Shimmercast because you think Robertson could do with the week, and you think the drop-off's might not be that significant, and also set pieces could play a part in this, and his delivery could be useful. You're probably starting Jones somewhere. You might do Nunez, you might do Jota, you might sort of weigh that up in terms of what it is you want. I'd be really surprised if he doesn't start Salah, but I don't think Salah gets the night. It's just this balancing act, isn't it, between fitness and form and rhythm and winning. Yeah. Winning as well.
It's rest for rhythm, I think. I think that's the big thing. I think he'd back more or less any team he put on the pitch to win. That's not to say that he will, because anything can happen in a game of football, and it's 11v11 and all those cliches. But I think realistically, anyone that he would reasonably pick, he would back to sort of win this game. So I think it's a case of, well, what gets you, what is best for Tuesday, and then a cup final as well at the weekend. I think we went out the FA Cup, and although you on the balance rather be in it, the silver lining was we get that rest weekend. So you know, maybe it's not right to just completely just sort of forget about that when you've had the benefits of that to go home. So
No, I don't think you do 11 or anything like that.
needs a rest. So I think I'm erring on the side of rhythm being sort of more important for me, and so I think I bring Chimikas in because I think, you know, he'll do sort of a decent job for you, and I think giving Robertson the rest before a big week is no bad thing. I would look to bring Jones in for either Gravenberch or McAllister, I'm not quite sure. And then I'd pick Nunes, but I don't think that number 9's nailed down. So, and then Gakpo, you give it a little bit longer, and
Well, that's a fitness question, isn't it? So,
I hope he's ready for Tuesday. And so I think for me, I think I've said 4 there. Have I Nunes, Jones, and Chimikas? I think I've already done 3. So I think they're the 3 I will be doing.